Mirror, mirror on the wall, who's the sparkliest one of them all? Well, it would seem, Gemini, that you are the sparkliest little gem this month. Why? Because it's Gemini season, and that means for many of you, it's your birthday, so I have to do it, Gemini. Happy birthday to you, happy birthday to you, happy birthday dear Gemini, happy birthday to you, happy birthday my beautiful if this is your birthday month, and happy birthday to those of you who've already celebrated your birthday in May. This is going to be an interesting month. We have lots of retrogrades going on, and it also happens to be eclipse season, so there might be some wonderful, wonderful, wonderful sparkly moments for you, that's for sure, but there could be also some moments where you're saying, how do I make this bloody thing shine? So, Gemini, let's talk about what's going to be going on for you for your birthday season, for the gem sparkly season. And we'll do what we always do. We'll shuffle the cards. We'll wait on all the right ones for you to come along. And in the meantime, we'll talk about these energies. So what the heck is going on? Well, firstly, the big news is that, of course, it's Gemini season, which means that the sun, that big shiny sparkly thing up there in the sky, is shining on you and through you. So it's shining in Gemini in the first house. So you're giving off this great vibe, this great sparkle. People are paying attention to you. What you're presenting, what you're showing off, what you're doing, what you're organizing. When you walk into a room, it's like, stop, hello, twinkle, twinkle, all eyes are on me. So you're really feeling that vibe that people are paying attention to you. People are noticing you. You're walking down the street, if you can, during quarantine and lockdown, but you're walking around anyway, and people might be smiling at you, being nice to you, polite to you, helping you out with things, and you're saying, well, please keep this up, everybody. I love your work. Keep it going. Yes, keep being nice to me. I love this, because these are weird moments in 2020. So yes, I definitely approve of you, making me sparkle all the more. So there's a lot of that going on. You're very, very prominent out there, as I said, and you're shining, which is great. If you're going for interviews, if you're promoting something, or if you're doing something very special this month. So it's very, very nice. Now, Venus, of course, has been retrograding in Gemini, and she does station direct this month. On what date? It is on June 25th. So she does station direct. And this is a kind of interesting moment, Gemini, with Venus there in with you. It's a feeling very, very strongly, and there are other things to tie in with this of, I need to really go back and rediscover something about myself that I really used to love. I'm really feeling here, Gemini, before I got bent out of shape by somebody or something, I used to be this person, and I used to love being this person. I used to dress a different way. I used to style my hair a different way. I used to have different taste in music or style or culture or something. I had a different taste or a different style that was more me, and somewhere along the line I've forgotten that, or somebody made me change that. I got very influenced perhaps by somebody else or by pop culture in general perhaps, and it's like, no, it's time to bring it back. I am shining this month. People are noticing me, so why don't I put my best foot forward and recover a style or an aesthetic or a sense of myself that I used to love. I used to love that. I didn't always... So this is a weird thing coming in. I wasn't always as serious as this, I've become quite serious. I used to be much more fun. I used to be more flirty, playful. I used to be more of that. Now, you still are, Gemini. You haven't lost that completely. But there was a feeling of, I used to be far freer and less serious. I want that back. That missing part of me that I love, I want that back. And I feel, Gemini, there are moments throughout the month where it will be coming out and it'll be like, I love this about me. I've forgotten how much I love being this way. I've forgotten how much I love being fun. Now, of course, with quarantine and lockdown and everything going on like that, it's not so easy to try to have a lot of fun. I get it, it isn't. But at the same time, you're saying, which is also interesting, this is part of my spiritual growth, recovering the humorous part of myself, the fun side of myself, the flirty side of myself, and the very, very wildly expressive side of myself. This is not just some random trivial thing to kind of occupy me for the moment. Like, oh, happy birthday to me, look at me having fun. This goes deeper. This is actually me recovering a very important aspect of my soul, the part of me that shines. Gemini, even as I'm tuning into that energy, I think there's a moment this month where you might even recognize how somebody or some situation has completely stolen your shine, or hidden or veiled over your sparkle. It has gotten heavy. Now, it has gotten heavy for everybody, but for you, Gemini, it's like, when do I get to twinkle and shine? So that's actually quite important. I might get more info as we go on, but it's like, I am lost when I lose this aspect of myself. I am lost when I'm not totally and completely shining from that real solar plexus place, that real, this is me, watch me do this, all first house energy, watch me do this. This is what it looks like when I light it up. This is what it looks like when I bring my magic. This is what it looks like when I'm being a little bit risky, daring, bold, humorous. Oh, come on, let's just do it for the fun. This is such an important quality to my character that I think I need to bring back. In fact, I know I need to bring back this, because without it, I'm lost. Losing that part of me means losing me. So you are going to be very dynamic this month, Gemini, for your season, to create novel ways of having fun, creating new ways to express yourself, to create something new in yourself, to create a new aesthetic, it might be even random things. And I know we should never underestimate the random things. They are often huge and as important as these big wild things. Things like getting back to understanding what music you like, what colors suit you. You're looking around your apartment or your house and saying, what made me design the bloody place like this? This is not me. Why did I paint that wall that colour? What was I thinking? Why did I follow a trend, perhaps? It's not me. To get rid of all this shit and start putting myself back in my environment. Now, we've eclipses this month. We'll get to the new moon solar eclipse, which is June 21st, which is going to be adding to that, because the new moon solar eclipse for you is tied in there with Mercury, your ruler, who's retrograding. And it's a real sense of, I'm coming back home to my true self. I'm coming back home to my identity. I just keep getting images about, why am I dressing like this? I don't dress like this. Why am I toning it down? There we go. Why am I toning it down and taming it down? I'm much wilder than this. I'm much freer than this. Why am I watering myself bloody down? I have to go back again to start over and handle and manage my body and my appearance in a new way. So for many of you, you're handling your body in a new way. Certainly appreciating your body in a new way. For many of you, it's like, you know what, I'm going to get back into the gym. Or if you actually can't go to the gym right now, it's, I'm going to start doing stuff from home, stretches, yoga, something that gets my body feeling good. I'm falling back in love with my identity and my body. So that's a very big thing that's happening to you. Now, what could be triggering a lot of this too, Gemini, is the big lunar eclipse happening on June 5th. And it's happening in Sagittarius. And that for you is in your 7th house of partnerships and relationships. Other people, essentially. And there's this real moment, a karmic closure, Gemini, to creating a sense of self-worth through other people. And maybe realizing that not all of those people know you well enough to be able to have that huge level of control over your very core essence, your very core identity. In fact, nobody knows you that well and never will. You know, that's a conversation that's only between you and spirit, you and the cosmos. But there's this thing of, I have finished, I am done with other people guiding my happiness, other people guiding my sense of security, my sense of self, my sense of self-worth and self-esteem. So there is a huge karmic ending coming there. I feel, you know that phrase, you know, a bad relationship sometimes can make you feel more alone than when you're actually single. That's coming up for many of you, being very alone in a relationship. And then asking yourself, what do I have to do here? Am I too dependent on my relationships in general or on my current partner? Am I too dependent on their moods? You know, I'm feeling good when they're feeling good. Is it all very up and down? Am I giving my confidence away, therefore feeling very empty and very isolated and very alone because I don't have that trust in myself? I've handed my happiness over to somebody else and they are now toying with that and playing with that. And even if you're single, there's even still that feeling of, I'm turning this around. Nobody gets to have that level of control over my happiness. A relationship is supposed to add to my life, not to fill in the missing pieces. That's a conversation again between me and spirit. You know, spirit and I have to work out how to fill in those missing gaps, because no human is going to do that, and certainly no relationship is going to be able to, you know, cement over it or gloss over it, you know, or hang some pretty design thing over it while all the while in the background there are cracks. No, that's not how it works. I have to understand and grow, because we touched upon that last month, Gemini, the North Node of Destiny in Gemini. You're growing. There's an awakening in you, and you're realizing that you can't be like a feather in the wind, people making you feel good one minute and awful the next. They can't have that control panel. They can't have it. That's coming back in your control. You are the one that, you know, pushes the lever and turns the knob thing there. That's your business. So that's something that you're really learning how to use and learning how to grow through. Now, there are other things going on here. I sense for many of you, and it's very common when there's a lunar eclipse in the 7th house, for some of you to really be testing a relationship. Does this person actually know my true value? Are they treating me as a sparkling gem, as a precious gem, or not? You know, am I the jewel in their crown? In some cases, am I just an adornment to them? Do I look good on their arm? Or does my social status kind of make them feel good? Is there something I'm doing that they're kind of seeing as a bit of a trophy? Or do they actually genuinely see me as a valuable one? So there's a lot of testing going on here. Do you value me? And if the relationship is not very, very, very strong, this could be a moment where a very unhealthy relationship, you know, goes. It's like, I'm sorry, I can't give my power away to you anymore. There are other things going on here too. There could be an issue for those of you in a relationship, and this could also, not just love, but a business relationship. It's about the direction of a career or work path. It could be you or your partner or your business partner. It's like you're not all in agreement about the direction of a career. So you might be saying, and I strongly feel it could be you, Gemini, actually saying, I want my career to go this way. I want things to move this way. I want my life to move in a certain direction. I don't want to be hidden from the world anymore. I want to be seen. I want to be the go-getter, the one that's out there, the one that has a bit of ambition, the one that wants to try something. And this could be rubbing somebody up the wrong way. Your partner, love partner, business partner. It's almost like a feeling of everybody sitting down and there's a kind of stalemate. You saying, well, this is what I want to do, and them saying, well, I don't want to do that. And then maybe a family member adding their 2 cents in and saying, well, I'd prefer if all of you did this. Because there is a feeling this month for some of you of maybe a family member or a family influence adding a third voice maybe within relationships here. Now you have to decide, is that going to be helpful or not? Are they somebody that you should listen to? Or again, are you going to have ownership of your own power here? I feel that, and I can't quite find out what it is. There's a family member interfering with this relationship perhaps, or with a very big decision that you have to make. Again, Gemini, it's wonderful to have advice, and it's very important to take advice, but nobody, not even a family member who you love, should actually be driving your life. Advice, yes. Driving it, no. Again, this other thing I'm picking up on here, Gemini, is there a weird issue between you and a family member and finances? It could be like the deal is off the table. I'm not entering into that with a family member. Or if I am going to enter into some financial thing with a family member or with somebody, anybody in general, a deal or a contract, then we've got to make sure that this is something that's very set in stone, like a proper contract. Because I've a feeling here that for some of you, it's like this could get messy if we don't have this kind of laid out in some proper terms and agreement. So there's a, Gemini, I feel with you, there's a lot going on. A lot going on. So let me get a few more cards here, a few of them jumping out. It seems to be judgment time for something, judgment time for somebody. So I'm just waiting on 4 more cards. Yeah, and we have them here. So this card came out. Don't panic about that. This card, you're saying, why are they all upside down? What the heck is going on? But you'll be very happy to know that we end with this nice birthday gift from the cosmos. The coin is coming out. Yeah, the coin is coming out. I sense by the end of the month, as we close off this month, the cosmos could be handing you some really big coin as a gift for some big decision you've made, or some real hard work you've put into something. It's like you deserved this. You deserve some level of success. You've put your heart and soul into something. You've been very dynamic. You've gone with a deadline. You've pushed yourself further than you ordinarily would. And because of that, that's not going to go unnoticed. The coin will come in. So Gemini, I even feel there's so much coming in for you this month. There's a lot of hard work actually in your birthday season, and you're like, really? Don't tell me that, but it does get rewarded. So Gemini, let's go over to your big grand, ta-da, your overview. So there is definitely something about work. This is a Sagittarius card, and you have the lunar eclipse on June 5th in Sagittarius. There's a negotiation with work, a conversation, a healing conversation that needs to happen. But most definitely a conversation about money. Why am I doing this job if I'm not getting the kind of money I want? I have to renegotiate, or I have to renegotiate with my boss, with my clients. I have to renegotiate a deal with somebody that I love, a partner, a family member. And here's the other thing. Am I the only one here doing all the work? Am I the only one here that's striving? Am I the only one here that's actually trying to get something moving? Am I the only one here with a bit of ambition? Am I the only one here actually putting the legwork in? Am I the only one getting pulled and dragged here and there and everywhere and still keeping it together? Well, anyone out there helping me? Now, I did say the Sun in Gemini, you will have people coming in helping you, but there's a feeling of, as we enter the month, a kind of wake-up call, Gemini, waking up and looking around saying, am I the only one doing all this work here? What's the point of doing this work if I'm not getting the coin? So there's a renegotiation on the table, but there's more, Gemini. I feel more. It's a renegotiation with work. Even if you're self-employed, a renegotiation with your clients, a renegotiation with the price of your product or whatever it is. There's a renegotiation with a family member and money. But certainly serious talks and quite triggering talks also that have to happen maybe between you and someone you love, your partner, about the issue of money. And I hear you saying, am I the only one that's keeping on course? Am I the only one that has a vision and is willing to put the hard work in here? That could be something that could make or break a relationship actually here, Gemini. A feeling like I'm the only one that does anything around here. And you've never seen it so starkly as you're seeing it now. A feeling of, I love this person, but they've got to start pulling their weight. I love this person and I admire them, I respect them. There's a feeling of they're in a total dreamland. They're in cloud cuckoo. So this is for those of you in some sort of partnership with somebody. If it's a love relationship, maybe a family partnership or a business partnership, it's like they're in la la land. They are just in cloud cuckoo. They're off creating something perhaps or doing something. And it all, what I sense from you, Gemini, it's like it's all terribly unproductive and it's all terribly tiring now. It's all very boring now and it's all getting on my nerves now. It was all very indulgent and I was happy at first. I was saying, good for you. Go and create your thing. Go and do your thing. Go and shine. And I was very, very supportive of somebody. This feeling, I was very indulgent of somebody so that they could go maybe and brainstorm something, create something, dream about something, have a vision for something. And you're saying, I love that shit. I love that. And I like seeing this person in that space. But hello, time's up. Time's up. Wake up. So you've no tolerance, it seems, anymore for somebody now who has fallen from being in a creative zone into being in a totally unproductive nowhere zone. And as I said, you're looking at them and saying, you're pushing me now. You're pushing my limits. You're pushing my boundaries of acceptability here. Even if it's in work, if it's a boss and your boss, it's like they're not able to read the situation. They're not able to read what's going on. You're there saying, hello, boss, can we get with the program here? There's shit happening out there in the world right now economically. Can we get moving on something? Can we get brainstorming on something? And there's a feeling of endless meetings or endless talks, and it all ends with a sense of a big fat nothing. And you're there saying, this is driving me nuts. They're all too blasé. They're all too casual. They're all too, what will be, que sera, sera, mañana. They're all too a bit, again, I just feel it. It's like they're not reading it. They're not reading the situation. They're not seeing what I'm seeing. So therefore, I'm the only one pushing to try to get something going here. But you feel very underappreciated for that, Gemini. And you're saying, birthday month, hello, this sounds shit. It's not. We're just digging into a few things that you'll get through. Now, again, this feeling of, sometimes this card is the feeling of loneliness, and this card is a Cancerian card, a feeling of new moon, solar eclipse in Cancer. I want to manifest value in my life. I'm not valued. I may not be valued with the work that I do. Maybe my clients don't value me when I'm asking for a raise or to up the prices. My boss doesn't value me when I'm working as hard as I'm working. My partner doesn't value how much love and care I put into this relationship. It's a definite sense of I'm undervalued. And actually, Gemini, I agree. Because as I'm tuning into your energy here, there's a real feeling of you are undervalued. You're putting in all that work and getting so little in return. And you're waiting and waiting and waiting for somebody, it's like, to recognize how hard, how on it you are. You're waiting for somebody to see how valuable you are. You're waiting for a partner even, or a love connection, just to see how valuable you are. Waiting. And it's like this isn't happening. So what I find is going on here right from the start of the month, even though the new moon solar eclipse isn't until the 21st, you're already picking up because, as I said, nobody else is reading the situation, but you're ahead. You're reading it. And you're saying, I've got to manifest abundance myself. If they don't value me, I've got to make them value me in work or whatever it is. If people don't see the work that I'm doing, if they don't see all the effort I'm putting into something, it's time to show them. Time to show them how hard I work. Time to show them how much my mind is on a certain subject, how much I'm on it. Time to show everybody how I'm keeping it together and they don't know what's going on in the background. It's time to show them. Time to show them. It's also time for me not to be waiting around for a love connection to see the value in me. I'm going to start manifesting something in my life of value, so I never have to wait around again for somebody to give me that type of approval. Gemini, it hurts me here. It hurts me because I am reading that, and it is your birthday gift, so this is a good thing. The first part of the birthday gift is that you're suddenly waking up and seeing that you've been very undervalued. The second part of your birthday gift is the strength and the fierceness to go in and do something about it. That's why I'm saying you could be actually tackling somebody this month in a business, work, whatever it is, or even in a love relationship, and saying, you really don't value me. You really don't see what I bring to the table here. You really don't see how valuable I am in every aspect of your life. You don't see how much magic I infuse this relationship with. You don't see how I make everything run so smoothly. And I say nothing. I just do it. I just bring my magic and you don't see any of it. Because that's what I do. I give my magic. Look at this. This is what I do. I don't expect applause for it, but I would expect to be valued a little bit for it. Or a lot for it. Or actually now, a whole lot for it. I'd like to be valued because this shit is not going to continue. This sense of being undervalued. But mid-month, this could put you to war with somebody. This is an Aquarius card, and this is pitting yourself against somebody. Now, it may not get very aggressive, but there might be a bit of a face-off or standoff. Again, the person might have Sun, Moon, or Ascendant in Aquarius, or the other air signs, fellow Gemini, fellow Gemini or Libra, but most strongly Aquarius. It's that feeling of, we have to have a conversation, and I'm not letting it go. There's that feeling of being like a dog with a bone. Do you value me? I'm not going to be that person who comes to you and says, do you love me? Do you love me? No, really, do you love me? Because I'm kind of done with that. If I feel that I have to ask if you love me, then Houston, we have a problem. I should know that you value me. I should see it in all your behavior. I should just feel it. I shouldn't have to ask. I shouldn't have to inquire. I shouldn't have to be watchful and testing you to See whether you value me or not. I even get the sense for some of you, you value your work more than you value me. You value your status more than you value me. You value your good name or reputation more than you value me. You value your dreams more than you value me. And even for some of you, there's a sense, I even hear an argument for some of you saying, you know what, if you got a phone call in the morning and somebody said, hey, we've got this perfect job for you, you know what, I know what you'd do. You would drop me. You would drop me and go and do that. So for some of you, it's getting even as tight as that or as serious as that. A feeling of, I know you. I know that if somebody waved a magic wand, you'd be out that door and gone. I'm not putting up with that. I'm not going to beg you. So you're getting quite in on this argument, getting quite serious about it and wanting to deeply understand what's going on in this relationship. What's going on? And is there room here for growth and expansion? And if not, then maybe it's worth talking about growing and expanding in two different directions. So again, you're looking saying, holy shit, what did I come here for? Isn't this not a birthday reading? Sometimes the universe gives us very weird cosmic gifts for our birthday, but I guarantee you that when the gift arrives, it is exactly what you need. The universe could come and give you a gem, a beautiful ruby the size of your head. I mean, it could come and give you that. But that would be meaningless because it hasn't got any of the value that you have. The gem inside you, the fire, the life, the light inside you is greater than all the gems put together here on this earth. So it's saying, we're going to give you the gift of the gem, Gemini. We're going to give you that gift by showing you just how valuable it is. It's like the universe is giving you the gift of the gem, but it's putting a price tag on it. But it needs you to see the value of it. And once you realize how great and valuable you are, the universe is saying, didn't I give you a good gift? It turns out that it was actually priceless. You've a priceless gem. That was very interesting. I hope I explained that well, because that was an image that came in. I am giving you the gem. You being the gem, the priceless gem. But you're not going to see it as priceless yet until we reveal to you how valuable it is. And then you'll be able to hold that priceless gem in you and say, I can never ask anybody what my value is again, because I'm priceless. I'm priceless. So nobody can come in and check my price tag, because they're not going to see it, bitch. They're not going to see it. I'm priceless. And everybody from now on has to understand that. And not to become all princessy about it, I'm priceless. But I am valuable. In fact, more than valuable, I'm priceless. So there's your birthday gift. Judgment Day is coming on a relationship. It really is. And there are very serious talks. I even think for some of you that what might shock you is a level of coldness that comes from somebody when you're having a conversation with them. Gemini, I think all the warmth in a certain relationship has actually been coming from you. Now again, cross-watchers, don't panic. It could be a friendship, a business relationship, or some other one-on-one thing that you're doing with somebody, a project. All the warmth, all the sparkle, all the zest, all the star fire was coming from you. And when you go in and have a conversation and say, bang the gavel here, the hammer and the gavel, and say, order please, ladies and gentlemen, I need to discover what's going on here. Let's examine this. And it's like you're hearing messages back from the other person that are quite shocking to you, Gemini. Shocking because it reveals a kind of coldness or a calculated vibe about them. Like, say if it's a business relationship, yes, I love being in business with you, but you know, there are other people I could be in business with. And you're like, wait a minute, after everything I've given to this partnership, it's like I can just, to you, there's just 10 a penny out there on the street. And maybe even for those of you who are in very unsteady relationships, you might be having that conversation and saying, well, you know, what's going on here? And they might say, well, you know, let's see how it goes. Or let's see what's going on, you know, but bear in mind, you know, if my family need me, or if somebody needs me, you know, I put them first, or I put my career first. It's a coldness, it's a calculatedness that's been revealed in somebody else, Gemini, because as you pull your sparkle back from the connection with this person, you're seeing you really were keeping it alive. You were keeping it animated. You were keeping it moving. And without you, there's no fire or direction in this connection you have with somebody else. And then something has to go. This is a moon and Cancer card here. And we do have the new moon solar eclipse on June 21st in Cancer. It's like start over and know your worth. Gemini, you are definitely either ending a connection with somebody, or you are going right in and say, I mean business. This relationship is going to totally and radically transform. And I need this change to happen. And I need to see it happening. And I need to insist on it happening, because without this change, we're going nowhere. Without this change, it's over. But I'll give us time. I'll give us moments of transition here, but I've got to see it. I've got to see you doing the work. I've got to see you valuing me more. Otherwise, I'm gone. Gemini, I do definitely feel some of you saying goodbye to a connection with somebody that was financial. I'm not standing by this financial arrangement anymore. I don't stand by this agreement, business agreement anymore. I don't stand by this family understanding anymore. I don't stand by working or being in a relationship with this person anymore. Gemini, there's a feeling here, and I touched upon it a while back. I feel like somebody is, A, of course, it's like they're not valuing you, but B, there's a feeling of somebody being very, very greedy, or being a user, using you for your money, or using you while they hang, dangle. We've talked about this at times before. Somebody saying, jump through this hoop and I'll give you this. There's a feeling of, I don't have to do this anymore. There's using you. There's a weird financial situation, or a weird living arrangement situation even, that's not working. Oh, Gemini, I don't like that feeling, because I feel some of you have been used, and your good nature has been used, while somebody else takes advantage of that good nature. But again, Gemini, this is where it all turns and changes. I told you you have a birthday gift this month, and your very last card is the cosmos coming out and presenting you with that gift. A new soul direction, a new spiritual path, a new awakened journey. And part of that is A, realizing just how valuable you are, the cosmos holding you, the valuable or completely priceless gem in its hand. I've got you. I've got you. Come away from that situation of being used, and I've got you in my hands. I'm holding you as you make that change. And for many of you coming towards the end of the month, I see it there, especially in the last days of the month, feeling much stronger, more empowered, and certainly feeling like all the hard work that you've been putting into something is paying off, or a new opportunity to make money is coming in, and you're saying, well, you know, I'm not going to be the one that's kind of second best here, where if you had gotten a good offer, you'd have just said goodbye to me. Well, let's turn the tables here. This is me getting the good offer. Sayonara, bitch. And that's what it feels like. It feels like I am done. I am out of here. I am finished. If the relationship is as bad as that, it is over. And let them deal with the karma of how they've treated me. Let them handle it. I've a new place to go. Whole new direction where I know the universe isn't just supporting me, but it's holding me through it. And I'm fearless with this change. And if it is a love relationship and there are some challenges coming up, it might get a bit weird and gnarly, but if your relationship is strong, you can definitely transform that relationship and turn it into something positive. So, Gemini, I know that was a weird birthday reading. I do always hope to come to these readings, especially a birthday reading, and say all nice, happy things, rainbows, daisies, flowers. It just doesn't work like that. It wouldn't be real. It wouldn't be honest. And I think at this point now, you've had enough of deception. I think you have had enough of people pulling the wool over your eyes. You've had enough of being used. You've had enough of people promising you the sun, moon and stars. And it turns out when you took that coin and bit into it, it was just a bunch of plastic shit. And you're like, no, I want the real thing from now on, because that's what this card also represents. Ending the month, understanding what the realness is. The realness in me. I've more value in myself, and I want the real thing from other people, and I won't settle for anything less. I mean, hello, I'm a year older, but I'm a whole lot wiser. So it's okay. You don't have to be coming with raindrops and sparkles for me. I can handle that shit myself. You just bring the truth and I'm on it. Okay, and I do sincerely hope I did, Gemini. So I'll leave it at that, my love. Now, I know these are your birthday cards, but they are your general birthday cards. We have the extended version, of course, on Vimeo at the Deep Read. We will continue with this reading and focus into all the specific areas of your life. For the couples, what the heck is going on in your relationship this month with a lunar eclipse in the 7th house of relationships? The singles, is there love? Very likely with Venus in Gemini, there's a whole lot of attraction, that's for sure. Your money, your career, home, family, friends, and of course everything that we don't touch upon here, my love, we go into it deeply in the extended reading here on the Deep Read on Vimeo. How do you get to it? Down there below in the description box, there's a link. Click into it, come on over, I'll meet you over there and we'll get into it. But if we are going to leave it at the general read for this month, my love, then happy, happy, happy birthday, and enjoy your priceless gift. Enjoy it, because I think it will last you a lifetime, maybe several lifetimes, that value that you're about to understand in yourself. So, my love, I will leave you with all my love and a great, great big birthday kiss from me to you. Mwah. Until next month, my beautiful sparkly gem. Bye.